Mm-mm. 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 Buddy, what are you doing? You got to just lay down, okay? Why? Let's see if I can get this a little better, guys. Sorry. I'm going to have to draw a couple of crowd scenes because there's going to be numerous people here, a couple in the background, and people here, and then in the next page. So this is basically just plotting how the page is gonna go. If you're not familiar with page layouts, getting things ready for working on the actual finish page. So. And I didn't work on anything for the book at all, like this weekend. I didn't do anything Friday. I didn't do anything Saturday. And honestly, the last 2 pages, like, I don't think last 2 pages, I didn't really do any prep. Like, I started drawing them, and all of a sudden I was just like, meh. I'll wing it. And I don't know how most people do it, but at least the last several years and the last 2 chapters, like, I've done, layouts and everything. Buddy, you need to lay down. We've gone outside several times, okay? You've eaten part of your dinner. You do not need any more. Hey, lay down. For crying out loud, lay down. You've been going in and out for the last hour. You don't need to keep doing that. So, you know, thank you. I mean, these are just page layouts. They're not, it's kind of like placeholders, you know. Yo, not the place for that. So to mute you. We're not doing stuff like that here, guys. You're not allowed to play Roblox. I appreciate that. This is going to have to be, I mean, you're going to get like, I don't know, like 15 or so people here. And then I'll do the large 11 by 17 pages. But again, it's really just kind of like placeholders, so you know what goes where. I wish I could do, you know, moderate from my, like from this. Well, the finished work will look a lot better, so. But I appreciate that. I've been trying to avoid doing any work on my book on Facebook after kind of like partway through last chapter. So what do you mean? Why? Well, because this is like a half size rough. The full size is going to be like the size of this page or the size of this board that I work on and like add more detail. Like you can see there's no faces. So it's just showing that there's like the people are going to be there. So it's kind of like blocking out, like storyboarding, if that makes sense. Well, it's definitely a lot of work. When did I start? Well, I've been drawing for well over 40 years. I've been doing comic books for 20. Yeah, I've been doing comics for 20 years independently. So I guess I have some experience, and it's, you know, it's all a learning gig. Like my first book, you know, story wise, layout wise, not the greatest book. Um, but it is what it is. So no, I've been publishing and uh, like going to comic cons and stuff since 2008 is when I did my first convention as an exhibitor. In fact, in a couple of weeks, my hometown is having a Comic Con, and this is going to be the first time since 2013 that I'm not going to be exhibiting and selling my book. One of my friends was pretty surprised that I wasn't. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I watched like probably like 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours of a 3.5 hour long gaming stream. And I don't game, um, but I like the streamer, and she was uh, playing some. It was Roblox or Backrooms or something kind of video game, and the group of people that she got invited to play with were all Spanish speakers, and she doesn't speak Spanish. So it was interesting just watching like the stream because I don't speak Spanish either. I mean, she speaks a little, like she's learned a little bit of Spanish and stuff like that, but well, there's a lot of people out there who are really good. Part of it is just wanting to do it. I enjoy telling stories, so it helps. And the thing with doing the layouts, right? Like I have my script right here, which breaks out this page, and then this one will break down the next page that I'm going to work on, or next layout page. And so I go from this to this, and then once I go to the finish page, I will edit more because this might zoom in, it might zoom out. I might stick this, might be just one panel so I can add more crowd to it. So it's all a like kind of just a whole process, which is kind of nice. Thank you, Sophia. Have a good night. I'm just going to call you Roblox. What's up, Dustin? I know, Dustin, I know you're not on Facebook, but this past week, the Mad Monster Expo, I think it's in North Carolina. Like 5 or 6 people canceled, and then people who went were saying that today, like a bunch of people didn't show up. Like, I guess Lita, Jake the Snake, and the Steiner brothers were there, and they were there Friday and Saturday, and then they weren't there anywhere. Oh, okay. So do you do thumbnails in yours, or do you just have it like really detailed on your script? Because I think visually, Angel, but then um, I still have to draw it, so I kind of get it to scale with the pages that I'm working on. Okie dokie. No worries. Okay. Jeannie was saying like she's doing these like little small thumbnails. So she's doing like thumbnails like maybe like this big. And I used to do where I'd throw like I would lay out like do thumbnails like for the entire book on one piece of paper. So, all right, Roblox. Have a good night. Yeah. Somebody there said that like Jake is on like oxygen. And I mean, he's not super old. I mean, he is old, but he's not like in his 80s. But I think he just did so much damage to himself. Um, you know, I'm just hoping that the lines at Sabaton are not crazy. since I'm not getting like remarks and stuff done at Tucson, like artwork or anything, I don't think the line should be that bad, but it's different with comic books. Um, well, that was between, that was 99. So that was almost 30 years ago. And um, into heavy drug use. Um, and I mean, everything he did with DDP to like recover was, good and great and everything. But um, there's some things I've heard about him that still don't. I mean, the drug addiction is one thing. Like the drug addiction, you can't help. But some of the other things I've heard about him are pretty bad stuff that he is doing. And I've heard from more than one person who's told me. One person I know, and another person. Uh, I mean, he was actually like for a while, he was looking decent. Like, I mean, he wasn't in good shape. He was never, he was never a body guy. Um, but like when he went to go live with DDP and get help, he started to look better. But he's also had like um, I don't know if it was like a hip or a shoulder replacement or something like that. But last night I did a I tried I didn't do a live sale on Facebook. I mean, I went live, but I didn't I didn't make any money. It was kind of a, kick in the nuts. I was trying to make a little bit of extra money to go into Tucson Con. Um, and like one or two people at various times popped in. Nobody said anything in the chat. Nobody bought anything. Um, so I was just like, I felt kind of defeated afterwards, and I was just like, okay, great. And I've already packed it, so I can't show you. But I decided to put my Sega Genesis Capcom Punisher game on eBay, and so took a ton of pictures of it, wrote a good description. You know, it's been tested; it works. And the um, um, and I put it in. Didn't was maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and all of a sudden, bam, somebody bought it at the price that I had it marked for. No offer submitted. They were like, okay, I want this game. So within 20 minutes, I had the money that I wanted, for safety, without dipping into like, my bank account or anything like that for Tucson. Yeah, in a way, very true. I haven't tabled, or I haven't um, I haven't what do you call it? Uh, Done a live stream on Facebook. in a really long time. 2024 was the last time I sold comics on Facebook, and that was like March, April, I think. It was around WrestleMania of 2024. So, hey, Andrea. Okay, cool. Yeah. Um, you've been picking up a lot of books, so like I can imagine that it took you a while to read it, but how are you doing, Andrea? Um, I mean, after I messaged you about, I think what was it on Friday that I messaged you about how I did, wrote out all my expenses and stuff like that. I'm still a little shaken about it, like thinking like how the fuck am I going to do this, right? Um uh like mental health wise I'm actually, emotionally I'm pretty good, but like financially I'm a little I'm a little concerned about things. Oh yeah? Well, I mean, yeah, so I had lunch with my dad and I talked to him a little bit about it, and so I need to figure out how to make more money doing artwork, selling my books, um, or I need to get a second job, which I really don't want to do. I think that would be like, I'm pretty aware of like my mental health and my anxiety and everything, and I just think, dude, if I have to get like a second job, like this is gonna be, it's gonna be bad for me mental health wise. Um, what? What do you want? Do you need to go outside? All right, hold on, guys. All right, Dustin. See you later. All right, come on. Oh my God, he's such a cheapy. And he just turned around. He ran back in the house. Like, okay, now he's turning back around and going back outside. Like, Well, I weighed myself yesterday, and starvation looks good on me. Yeah, I think, if it's what you have to do, it's what you have to do, right? I remember when I was in college, my folks helped me out financially. And at first, my dad was kind of against it. He was just like, well, why can't he work? Anne worked when she went to school. And my mom was very much like, they're not the same person. Um, and if we want him to do this and we want him to graduate, we have to, you know, make some sacrifices financially. And I mean, I think she was right. I worked on the weekends, and I paid for a good portion of things, right? But I mean, my rent was like, I think it was like 400, 300 or 400. And my mom paid for my phone. She paid for my, I think she paid for my electric, and she paid for my groceries. So, I mean, that was hundreds of dollars. And my dad gave me some money towards my rent every month. Um, but I mean, that's something I'll have to talk to my therapist about tomorrow. You know, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked that that Punisher game sold so quickly. Um, Feebay takes so much goddamn money. And I mean, at some point, right, I'll run out of graduation. How do you know it's chapter 3? You don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. This is going to be an interesting scene because, like, I don't do a lot of crowd stuff, right? Like, just because it sucks. Oh, this one? Well, good. Yeah, totally. It's graduation. It's absolutely what it is. Don't even think anything else. Is in high school a cult anyways? Dad, oh shit. Let me go close the door and I'll tell you guys something funny. Fine. I'll get you a cookie. Right? Then you have to calm down. Have to calm down. I will not accept you disturbing the art stream. Oh, that was in my pocket. So like I start the stream, right? And after bro, it's been so long since I graduated high school 30 years ago. So I don't remember elementary school. I know in 5th grade I recited I Have a Dream. And I don't know if it was like a Black History unit or if it was specifically about Martin Luther King. I don't know. Anyways, so I start the stream and it's maybe a good like 5 minutes or so before anybody chirps in or anything like that. And so a couple people are just like, oh, hi, how you doing? Hope, what are you working on kind of thing. And this is thankfully because of what happened in the last stream. Last stream I did, I think it was the last one, somebody came in and just started spamming. And I figured out how to remove them from the chat, hide them from the chat. And I have to do it on my phone. I can't do it because I have my laptop open so I can watch the chat going. So this person comes in, and starts reciting something about Jesus or something like that. Like I want to take 10 seconds to remind you. And I like scan it and I'm like, nope, we're not fucking doing that here. And like just immediately went in and removed them from the chat. It's like, people fucking have nothing better to do and shit. So yeah, I can't even, like, I could go back and like open it back up and like show like what it was, but it was something about like, oh, the good word and everything. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, if you only knew what this book was about, like maybe that's why you were saying like a blessing or whatever, because it was such sacrilege and shit. But I added the couple of pages that let the characters breathe a little bit, and it's definitely going to add to this scene and then to the rest of the story, because you, the viewer, are going to know. And I realized like there's tension in that, right? Like there's a lot of tension in that but you don't know how the characters are going to react. So it's kind of like when you're watching a horror movie and you're like, oh my God, they are right, they're behind the door or whatever. So I'm hoping it comes out that way. What do you want now? Hey, what do you want now? I don't know what he's going on about. Buddy, buddy, buddy. Hey, hey, what are you doing? Come over here. Come over here so I can punch you. Come here. Come. It's going to be right in the face. Come here. You know you want a face punch. Walking over to me. Ready? Ba-boom! Backhand. Ba-boom! Oh, you went over with that one. You're getting a little bit of a belly. We're going to have to stop giving you so many cookies. You're starting to put on the LBs. You're truly Chubzor too. He's got a chancla. He does have a chancla. Hold on a second. I'll show you guys. He's got a chancla. Where is it? That was servos. Grayson, where did we put the chancla? Oh my God, he has so many toys. Gingerbread man. A bunch of bone, like, sheep. I swear he has his own chancla. Like, he does. It came as part of a set with, like, a margarita and a sun. But there is a chancla. And so, like, it was really funny. But yeah, I'm hoping that the lines at Anime Comic Expo at Sabaton aren't that bad, but we'll see. Oh, Andrea Jeannie said that what did she say? She said she's going to try not to post any of her stuff. Like when she starts working on the actual story, she's going to try not to post any of it online. um, like you and I do, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like I post all kinds of shit online. And like you wouldn't post stuff online, but you would send it to me to show me and like, like brainstorm and stuff like that. Um but yeah, I think with this chapter, I'm definitely gonna post less and less and less online because I really want everything to be as not a surprise. Like I want some of it, like some aspects of this to be a little telegraphed, right? But I want everybody to, I want people to get it kind of thing, right? But like I posted, I think it was from, is it from page two? I posted like a closely cropped um, image of Perry because I was just like, this is going to be like really good. Um, and then I've kind of like just, I'm letting it, you know, kind of just letting it happen. Um, if that makes sense. Just doing a little bit of work at a time and not forcing myself to sit and, crank out 2 or 3 hours worth of work. Because I used to kind of like get to the point where like, well, it's going to take me at least like a half hour to really get warmed up in this. So, that's at least like an hour or so, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And if I was doing this digitally, it could, you know, uh, it could move faster, right? Because then I would do this and then I would add in all the detail. Like this would be my rough sketch. And then I would add, like zoom in and do all the lines and everything like that. So, but it's like, okay, this is also a crowd scene and there's going to be, a lot going on. So, one of my favorite things to do with like scenes like this when you have to draw them is to put like Easter eggs in the backgrounds, right? Like put um, funny t-shirts or like draw somebody's hair a specific way or maybe make like a celebrity um like cameo or like kids you went to school with or put yourself in the background. Like I think in the crowd scene in issue 3 of the Bubba Patrol, I think I put myself in that police scene where they were like they had everything lined up. And I know in a couple of places in Pleasant Falls, I actually added my car to it just because I was just like, oh, this will be funny, be kind of meta. And like people who knew um, could see that and be like, oh, okay. But I love putting stuff in that's going to be like an in joke for a couple of people who will see it and be like, wait, did I just see what I think I saw? And like somebody else will see it and they'll like it, oh, okay. That's an interesting like detail or whatever, right? but they won't know what they saw, right? They don't understand it. It's not, it's not the same to them. I mean, because I could put like some ECW merch in here, or I could put like somebody have a Bubba Patrol shirt, or what was it in the was it in the the Peter Pan horror movie that came out last year, um, that had some interesting elements to it. Like, it was a bad movie overall, but one of the kids was wearing a Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey um, T-shirt, and I'm like, so does, like, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is merchandise in this universe, in the Peter Pan universe. Like, it can't be connected. Like, it's not a shared universe, because otherwise you wouldn't have merchandise of it, right? Like, he zebra finch on his head. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably all I need to do for these pages. I get start working on them tomorrow, and you guys don't get to see shit. I really need to start filming my. I want to do like a skit where going into my review for Volume 1 of Absolute Batman. I have this great idea for it. Um, a zebra finch on his head. Like, dude, I have no idea what that means, but if somebody is screaming that, like, that would be funny. I know what a finch is. Thought maybe you were referring to like a hat or something like that. Because a zebra, it would be striped. It's a tiny bird. I can hear you saying that too, Angel. It's a tiny bird. I don't know what to work on right now. I could just throw down like a sheet of paper and just start drawing some stuff, but I don't know what I want to work on. Let me see what sketch covers I have over here. All right. So let's see. I've got Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know what I'm going to draw on that, and it may not be appropriate for a Facebook stream. I have Gunslinger Spawn. Kind of know what I want to draw on that. It's going to be dark and gritty. Bug Wars. It's not like, I know what I want to draw on this. I want to do like the Colonial Marines from the Aliens franchise. Give me a second here. I could ink that. I mean, she's got on underwear, so I'm assuming that'd be okay. I got a Spider-Gwen. I got a Crisis on Infinite Earths. I got a Scarlet, and I could ink the magic. I think I'll do the Gunslinger. Like Angel left the chat. Like, how dare you yell at me for about a zebra finch? Zebra finches are wonderful. I am really excited whenever I see like hummingbirds coming to my feet. The feeder I have in my front yard. I need to clean it and refill it. It still has nectar in it, but it could be refilled. Oh, I like it. I've been like no music. Oh, that's funny. That's actually even better story. Like Angel left the stream. We're like, no, actually, I just kind of wandered off. Like it wasn't intentional. All right, let me see here. I gotta look this stupid character up. He's just spawned with like a fucking cowboy hat on. Like Gunslinger spawn looks like Gunwitch. If you're not familiar with Gunwitch, okay, so it is a trench coat, or I'm sorry, a duster that he is wearing. Why would he have pouches? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, plus Todd McFarlane is a mark now because he believes AI is a tool. Those look like little Punisher skulls. Oh no, don't click on a sponsored one. Oh god, it goes to his fucking bullshit ass website. Where did that? I have a blue. The hell did the blue one go? This is friggin' annoying. I have no idea where the... I have a... like a blue mechanical pencil. Like, oh well. There we go. Or draw a shitty comic, like, you know, like, fuck, like... Bro, what do you want? I just let you outside and I just gave you a cookie. I don't know what you want. Angel, we already had the he's getting fat talk. I don't want to have that talk with him again. Every, like, I need to just get rid of Facebook altogether, right? Like, not even bother with it. I know Instagram's not much better, but whenever I get engagement on Facebook now, it's like never good. Yeah, I just picked up the blanks because I know people tend to like Spawn. I'm not, like, I haven't been a big Spawn fan since like the 90s when the first movie came out. Well, I mean, not just that, but like, I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram from yesterday or Friday night. Um, my you can be a decent human being or you can just shut the fuck up kind of thing. And uh, the uh, the hate mongers came out on Insta or on Facebook to message, people who have never interacted with my, my page, my art, anything like that, suddenly got super brave. Oh yeah, I have the DVDs. Like I had the VHS tapes of it years back. Um but I have the DVDs now, and like I think they did a really really good job with that. I really like the and like nobody came out of the woodwork that I know on. Well, with Instagram, I have the settings that you can only certain people can comment. So, people who saw it couldn't necessarily say or do anything one way or the other. But I did order this album. What's it called? Looking for People to Unfollow by Eka Vandal on Friday. Oh my God. I have I wouldn't mind having the animated on like Blu-ray. I don't know if they ever released it on Blu-ray. Um, Specifically because the DVDs were like double-sided, so when you would find them, there was always the chance um, that they wouldn't work. Like one side would be all scratched up or whatever. And I'm pretty sure they're out of print now. Because Todd McFarlane is, trying to say like, oh, we're gonna have this new movie and everything, and I'm like, I don't really care. And then there was like, my question is like, if he's all pro AI and everything, like, is the movie gonna be really shitty? Because like he like did it with AI. The DVD was a re-release. Okay. I liked the animation, like I really did. The animation was good. The story was good. The voice acting was on point. I mean, they were able to go places that they never, that you could never go with like a movie. What do you mean, sadly for me? How many discs was it? No, I know what you meant, you fucking weirdo. But was it like a Walmart exclusive? Because like that's the only way that it would be a like. Yeah, well, I mean, I know Chapel wasn't McFarlane's, so they changed the origin because he got in a fight with Liefeld about it. They must have done like uh, dual layers or had a really good compression for it. Because each of the spawn. Wait, let me go check really quick. I think it's one disc, but it's double sided. Oh yeah, these are all. Yeah, they're one disc and they're double sided. They're those odd DVD boxes, the ones that have like the cardboard top and the shit plastic that you have to like pop into place. Chapel? Chapel is originally the cat who killed Al Simmons and sent him to hell. I think he was from Youngblood, if I remember correctly. Um, and it was kind of like the crossover for uh, between like McFarlane and Extreme Studios. But then, there was the massive fallout between all the Image guys and Rob Liefeld, and so yeah, um, that's a shitty cover. But Chappell, he was like an adversary of Spawn, or an adversary of Al Simmons, and after he after he killed him and Spawn came back, then when they did the movie, that's why they came out with Angela, or not Angela, um, Jessica Priest. Andrea, if you think of anything that you want picked up at Tucson Con, be sure to let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Hey, Shelly. I'm supposed to pick up my badge on the Thursday during setup. Anything Godzilla. Dude, there's probably going to be a ton of Godzilla stuff there. Okay, good. Hopefully they get back to you soon. How long ago did you apply? Oh, last week. Yeah, I hope they get back to you soon, but I know like right now they're going into like psycho prep mode. So if you don't hear anything until like, you know, if you don't hear anything by like next week, I would say give them just check in with Mike again. I bought my ticket to Sabo for um for the Monday after. I remember when you said chancla, Angel, it reminded me. Was it 2023? I think it was 2023 or 2024. Um, Rhea Ripley was the women's champ in WWF, and they went to Puerto Rico. And Zelina Vega won the right to challenge Rhea, and so it's like, uh, I mean, Zelina's from Puerto Rico, and um, so they're fighting, and Rhea throws Zelina out into the crowd, and Zelina's like 5-0, maybe 110 pounds. Like she's friggin' tiny. And she gets thrown right in front of her mom, who is sitting ringside. And her, like, she sticks her hand out, and her mom hands her a chancla. And the crowd erupts, right? And because this is when Rhea is with Dominic Mysterio, and she's mommy. And and the announcer, oh my god, the announcer is just like, um, for our Latino viewers, you understand the significance of the chancla. And I'm just like, bro, of course we understand the significance of the chancla. Like, tell the people who don't understand the significance of the chancla. Like, and like, he didn't, like, I don't understand, like, where that came from because, he didn't explain anything. And I'm like, well, I don't, need to hear it. Like, I know where that comes from, but like, there may be some viewers who are not familiar with that brand of, what would you call it? Discipline. I guess discipline would probably be the best word for it, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've had this conversation at my job, and it's funny because, like, there's a number of Latino people on the resource team where I work, and it's funny because, like, we were talking about that the other day. Like, we're Team Chueco, but I decided to spell it CHWEKO. It even came up with an acronym if, like, somebody asked, because, like, we have this thing where we have to, um like, interview people, and we used to have this thing where we could give them bonus points, like if we felt like there was something that didn't fit like a point criteria for them, but we knew that they needed some bonus points. And so we would just call them Chueco points. Um, and like, some of the people in the agency knew, right? Um, but it was kind of funny. Like I've never been hit with a chancla. Um, it hit with a belt a few times, um, wooden spoon. My mom stopped hitting us pretty early on. Like it was nothing that went past maybe being 8, 9, maybe. And then a couple of times you just caught a smack across the face if you were mouthing off a little too much. But nothing debilitating. Um, that's so gross, though, right? Was it a fly swatter specifically for that, or did it also hit flies? So he hit it from himself at the same time. Um, all right, Dustin. Have a good rest of your shift. But like I think people who lived in the South, like the equivalent was a switch. And you would, if you got in trouble with with whomever, right? Like it was just like, all right, go cut yourself a switch. And I'm like, that's some crazy shit, right? Like you have to go out and basically pick the implementation of what you're going to be hit with. that's some that's some like that's so crazy to think about, right? right? Like it is kind of crazy, but like I mean, I don't have a lot of friends like who are from the South, but growing up in school, man, I had some friends who they told me some crazy stories about getting hit by their parents. Um, like one of them, he was saying him and his sister used to share a room when they were little. And I guess one night they didn't go to bed right away, and their mom came in and she cracked on both of them, or maybe it was just him. And she like she hits him, and I swear this is how he tells the story. Like she leaves the room, he looks over at his sister, and he's just like, I think her name was Karen, and he's just like, Karen, that didn't hurt. Door opens back up. I'm like, oh man, that is some freaking like. Mom walks back in. I'm like, oh my God. He told me that. And I just like, I could just vision it, right? Yeah, that guy was like one of my best friends in junior high. In high school, we kind of drifted apart. And then I think it was maybe like 5 years after high school, um, 5 or 10 years after high school, I found out he died pretty young. He had like a brain tumor or something like that. All right, let me touch something up really quick. Gel pen. Give me a gel pen. I gotta go buy some more of these. I am. You don't want to draw, do you? Let that dry just a few seconds. pretty happy with this. Probably just add a little bit of color to it around the eyes. Here's my white pen. It's black. Give me that one. Come here. Yeah. There you go. All right. Now to sign this. All right, fellow art enthusiasts, friends, and the like. Appreciate you tuning in. Definitely do another one of these this week. Not sure when though, because just going to kind of depend on what I'm working on. Been doing the Keep Me Company while I'm working on Pleasant Falls, where you're just looking at me and I am working on the book, and it's almost like we're at a coffee house and you can't see like what I am working on. And those have been kind of fun as well. So might do some more of those. Really, the only way I'm going to work on Pleasant Falls online, because I don't want to give anything away. And if certain people tune in who really don't want to see any sort of work being done except maybe like promotional stuff or covers or whatever, then it satisfies them as well. And then I'm still just getting work done. So, all right, guys, that'll do it for tonight. Did 2 pages of layouts for Welcome to Pleasant Falls, and then got this Gunslinger Spawn sketch done. Maybe on my next live where I like flip it afterwards, and we'll do the do some of the color, figure that out. All right, guys, have a good night. See you next time.